Hi. Hello. Welcome to your shit. Hi. Welcome to my favorite. I keep thinking it's your favorite podcast.
You're so presumptuous.
Welcome to my favorite podcast. I'm not sure what your favorite podcast is, but this one is mine.
This is.
I'm one of your hosts.
Oh shit! I fucked it up.
Oh no!
Cut it out. Cut.
Are we actually restarting? Are we actually cutting? Or is that a fake?
We'll see what happens.
we'll play it by ear.
We'll fix it in post.
Oh, wow. I think last week's podcast was the first one where we don't have anything that we need to cut out.
That's pretty amazing. Yeah.
Wow, that actually is. Yeah, no, there are plenty of times where I'm like, I can't watch all hour and a half of this, but there's something in there.
There's
something. And I remember and I'm like, oh, there it is.
That's what we should start doing. I'm going to write down time codes.
Cool. Like when we need to cut things out?
Yeah. So I have this piece of notepad. I'm sorry that we haven't formally introed, guys. We're your favorite co-hosts. I'm Ty Turner.
I'm Ryan Sweeney.
This notepad piece, what is this? It's a note card. Sorry. So I had this just like jotting stuff down. I have a lot of these that I keep around. They're just kind of loose. And this one just says cup cut.
What is that a reminder? What were you trying to remind yourself to do?
I thought about what if I wanted to give myself a bowl cut, but I didn't have a bowl.
You just use a little cup. You look like you have just a little tiny hat on.
Yeah, and that idea, I guess, warranted enough for me to like write this down and keep it.
Like, write it down. Write it down.
Oh my god. Okay. Whew. So I'm gonna write down time codes. Man, I'm sorry I'm making this a huge fucking mess.
Oh no, it's fine. At this point, I don't even know what time code you're writing down or what it was for, but I trust you.
I don't have one yet, but if we need something cut out, I'll write down the time code so we know when to cut it.
Right. Put it down next to the cup cut.
Yeah. Oh shit. So we previously talked about some situations involving the apocalypse.
Yes.
And we talked about how we would behave in a zombie apocalypse. But sorry, I had a little spittle. But there are other types of apocalypses as well. And we kind of planned on getting into those, but we really went hard on the zombie situation. So we thought we would continue the apocalypse talk and maybe make it into like a recurring subject until we get through them. Or until we lose interest.
Yeah. Pretty much. Whichever one comes first. But yeah, it's such a big topic that it's like we can't possibly go through all of them, or can we in separate episodes? We can. So I like it. I really enjoy getting really weird and like talking about things until they become super abstract. And like you're one of the only other people I know who also enjoys that and doesn't just look at me like, shut up. So yeah, this is fun. It's great. So today is one of my favorite weird things to talk about. We're talking about aliens. So this is another type of apocalypse. You know, like one of the very few apocalyptic movies I've watched is War of the Worlds, which involves aliens. So yeah, we're going to talk about like if the world's taken over by aliens, but also just aliens in general and just get real weird with it. And I'm excited. So off the top of your head, how many alien apocalypse not videos, YouTube videos, how many alien apocalypse movies could you think of or name?
Probably a few. I mean, I've definitely really loved Cloverfield, and that's the first one that comes to my mind. There's like, I think you could argue that, I don't want to make myself sound like I don't know what I'm talking about, but you know, I think Godzilla is like an alien that was like in the ground for a long time, or there is some sort of like alien aspect. There's something there. Mm-hmm. He like fights an alien. I don't know, but is that one ? If so, then I've seen that one. You know, those are the only two I can think of, but I'm sorry.
The movie Alien itself, is that an apocalyptic type thing, or is it not? Is it like humans going to an alien planet? I don't know. I never actually watched it.
Yeah, I've never watched the whole thing through. I've just seen like the iconic bits of it.
You're such a totally movie classic lover.
Yeah,
I would have thought that you'd have watched it.
I'm gonna write it down.
You're writing it down next to the cup cut. Watch Alien.
Alien. Cup cut. Alien.
It's a solid list.
No, I saw like a scene of it. So when I was a kid, I was like super afraid of aliens, and that's kind of like when it was big. And just as an adult, I haven't like sought it out. I saw a clip of it when I was a kid, and I was like, no thanks, not for me.
Okay, one of my exes was really, really afraid of aliens, like to the point where I would have to play the part in Zelda on Lon Lon Ranch when you have to shoot the aliens in Majora's Mask. But like, anyway, this is tangent. But I never understood at a younger age why people were afraid of aliens. And I think it's because I fundamentally did not, with a scrap of my being, believe that they were real. I was like, that's just silly. And now as an adult, I'm not exactly afraid of aliens, but I try not to think too hard about them because I feel, my theory is, if you know too much, the Men in Black, like the aliens target the believers. And I just feel, I'm like, if I just don't believe in aliens, it's kind of like the opposite of ghosts, okay? I'm afraid to say I don't believe in ghosts because I know some fucking ghost's going to kick down my door and start haunting me while I sleep. So I'm like, no, I don't worry. You don't have to prove anything. You're good. But like with aliens, I'm just like, no, aliens don't exist, because if you think that they do, then they're going to be like, open up. So yeah, I think the less I think about aliens, the less aliens will think about me. So that's been my approach, and I've never been afraid of aliens. But if I think about them long enough, I'm going to start to get scared. So
well, then this is the perfect podcast for us to be having today.
Because the more you look into them, the more you're like,
wait a second.
I understand.
You start pinning stuff to your corkboard. You get the string out, and you start wrapping it around and connecting the dots.
It makes a portrait of like Nicolas Cage.
I knew it. It's the Declaration of Independence.
National treasure. How much do you know about like the actual Men in Black stories?
I can't remember if we did or not, but at one point on my last podcast, The Conspiracy Facts, we were going to talk about Men in Black, or perhaps we did briefly, but I read into it a lot. Like I looked it up a lot, and I don't remember any of it, but it's pretty freaky. Like the stuff that I do remember, which is that like there was this phenomenon of these men that were dressed this way, like creeping the shit out of people in regards to alien situations and stuff, and like showing up at weird times.
Yeah, and they all looked the same, and they were all like tall and pale with the red lips and the hats, and they were caught on camera, and I'm like, oh no, that is spooky.
Yeah. That is one of the more compelling cases of like, I don't know what the fuck is going on there, and I'm okay with that.
It's one of those that you're like, I'm not scared yet, but if I keep looking into it, I will be. So I'm just gonna, it's one of those things where you're like, there's nothing to see here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
I respect it. I will respectfully walk away. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
No, okay, kind of a tangent, but kind of related. Okay. When you're watching a horror movie and a white family moves into a house and they're like, wow, there's something in the attic. Let me go check what that is. That sounds scary and dangerous. And everyone's always like, this is why you died. Why? And you always think like, I'm not going to be the person to investigate a sound. Or like, you never know how you're going to react.
Of that.
Yeah, here's the thing. I learned that I seriously am, like, I'm so curious, but this summer, I was at this like camp thing with my aunts, and it was for like her work, but the house that I was...
Can you turn this whole story that you're telling into a movie trailer for me?
This summer, Aaron's aunts take him up north to a log cabin. He's staying in the cabin with the families. What could possibly go wrong? One evening, Aaron Answini is standing in his bedroom, putting on his clothes, and he hears from inside his closet, melodious humming, singing. He wonders, could it possibly truly be coming from the deepest, darkest corner of his closet? He leans in closer, definitely coming from his closet. Decides to walk away. That's the whole... I was like... I'm in my room. I'm changing my clothes, and I hear, like, singing.
Holy
and I was like,
fuck.
So then I look into... The closet is, like, only slightly open, and it's just, like, a dark line. Like, that's how I could see into it. I lean in, I'm like, yeah. And then I lean out of the room, and I'm like, nope, it's definitely coming from inside my closet. And I was like, okay. I just, like, nod, and I'm like, all right. And I walk away. And it's so funny because then, like... 30 minutes later, one of the babysitters comes out from inside my closet, and I'm like, what the fuck? And but she was holding a baby, and she's like, I'm sorry, it was loud and it was bright everywhere. I was trying to put the baby down. She's like, so I was singing to the baby, so I got in the closet because it was darker, and then you walked in and I didn't know what to do, because if I come out and you get scared, you're gonna yell and wake up the baby. But it was just so funny because she was like, in that moment, I learned you're that person who's just like, definitely someone singing in my closet. I'm going to walk away now. And it was just so funny. That's she's like,
awesome.
You didn't even. I'm like, yeah, no. I was just like, that's a problem for later, Aaron. Right now, no, I don't have to sleep. Cool. I'm gonna go. And just completely resume my regular activities. I'm like, yeah, definitely singing coming from inside there. Fuck that.
That is wild. That is so funny.
It's one of those things that you're just like, I'm either losing my mind or I'm going to open that closet and get devoured by ghosts. And I'm like, or a psycho murderer. And I'm like, not into it. I'm like, all right, good. Confirmed the sound is coming from there. I have no further questions.
That's hilarious. Dude, yeah. I've proven the opposite. Like, I've been in situations, I don't remember the last one, but it was pretty recent. I was like with Christy and her friends, and something happened where I took it upon myself to go investigate, and everyone collectively was like, this is the exact wrong thing to do. And I was like, I want to see what's going on. It ended up being nothing. But yeah, I'm like that a lot. Actually, there was a tornado the other day.
Yeah, you were like live vlogging it.
Yeah, and so Christy was reasonably spooked. Like, all of our phones were going off. There were all the warnings, the sirens, everything.
Oh my God.
The trees were moving around. My trash can was across the street. So everyone gets into the bathroom here. We finally corral the dogs and get them in there. And I'm like, this is boring. I want to see it. So I went outside and I watched until it passed.
Outside?
Yeah. I walked around downtown with bare feet and just kind of stood up on stuff to try to see if I could see any tornadoes.
You're that one fucking, there's like a recording online, you're like, who recorded this? And it's like some like random redneck like, sure is windy out here, eh? And you're just like, why are you outside?
Now, to be fair, I wasn't the only one out there, and I was judging one woman who was walking around downtown also, but with an umbrella.
She can't possibly get hurt, Ty. She has an umbrella.
I was like, not only is there a tornado coming, but there's also lightning. Like, I don't want to watch you die right now. You could either fly
like, don't
away.
worry, I know what to do. Quick, somebody get my parasail and 40-foot long pole. What could possibly go wrong? Okay. One of my biggest fears and reoccurring nightmares since I was a child have been tornadoes. I don't know. I live in Canada. There's not like, we don't have tornadoes here. We like literally can't. But like how? Oh my God! I would be like low key here. Okay, here's the weird thing about that. I simultaneously love and hate things like tornadoes. Like, we do have some sort of like natural disaster type thing. Like, ooh, there was an earthquake one time, but it was fine. It like was a second and like one thing fell off the shelf. But I love and hate them. Anytime there's a storm, I'm like, ooh, spooky. Like, I want to be outside and experiencing it, but I'm also scared. Like, thunder and lightning scare the shit out of me, but I also love it. I'm like, yes. So yeah, I feel that. I feel like I would be like, I want to see what's going on, but also tornadoes are scary. Go home, Ty.
Well,
what the hell?
I mean, I'm pretty close to, I don't know if I'm exactly in or just right outside of Tornado Alley, which is like, it's a place in America that's like this certain part where there's always fucking tornadoes all the time. So I've seen them like from a distance, and it's scary. But like, I mean, I grew up always, I mean, at least once a year, there will be one of these, like a tornado warning, and everyone hides. And I'm like, okay, I get it. So I'm going to go take a look around.
Why would anyone live anywhere near a place called Tornado Alley?
Well, it's just like a nickname for a region of the country. Like, I think like a big portion of several states would have to evacuate for no one to live in Tornado Alley.
Yeah, reasonably. It's called Tornado Alley. The spontaneous fire forest. Yeah, we're going to go camping. That sounds like a good time. Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a lot worse. I lived in Oklahoma for a while, and that is like actually in it, I believe. So
inside tornadoes.
It's inside of a tornado. It's in the eye. That's why nothing's spinning. But if you try to leave, that's why nobody leaves Tornado Alley.
Oh my. Okay. Also another tangent. Okay. Italians are great, right? There was this one guy that I worked with. we're talking about storm chasers for some goddamn reason, and he's just like, no, bro, but like, what happens if ever there's a tornado? Okay, the trick is everyone's running away from it, bro. You drive to the heart of the storm. If you're inside the tornado, it can't hurt you. I'm like, you're gonna die getting like who? How,
oh my god!
How would you get there? You jump into like I was just
Inside,
like, wait, no,
as if there
He's
isn't
no,
like a
the
wall
trick,
of air
what the
that's
storm
spinning.
chasers.
Sorry,
What the storm chasers do? The trick is you go inside the tornado, bro. And I'm like, no, dude, that's not you. You don't do that. You drive away from the tornado. Anyway, I hope he's following his dreams and he is Anthony Tornado Chaser because I just want the best for you. But I was
oh
like,
my gosh,
nah, I'm pretty sure it's not how that works.
Absolutely,
like he has
not.
a life hack for tornadoes. Drive toward them.
Yeah,
it's
I hope that he keeps that knowledge to himself and doesn't try to spread it to anyone else.
Yeah, I was like, that's a solid plan. But no, it's going to be a no from me and everyone else.
So I just realized we are 19 minutes in to our alien apocalypse podcast.
Oops, my bad.
Me too. So yeah, let me ask you this. If you think there was to be some sort of alien apocalypse, in terms of like ending humanity as we know it, do you think it would be the kind from like, a comet hits Earth and there's a monster in it? Oh, have you seen the movie Evolution?
No.
It's really cute. It's like an early 2000s movie. But basically a comet hits Earth and there are like cells on it and stuff, and they evolve at a rate that's like ridiculously fast. So they're going through like the whole stage of evolution, like up to humans and everything, but like in a matter of like days. And then, there's going to be too many of them. They're going to be too far spread. There's different subspecies and everything. So like they had to shut it down. Do you think it would be something similar to that? Not necessarily with the added twist of evolution, just more of like a creature in a comet comes and that creature is either a big monster or something that can evolve to overtake our shit? Or do you think it would be like intelligent beings, like aliens that are watching us, and they come in and they're like, all right, your work here's done, we're gonna take over?
So here's you're gonna have to strap in for this theory.
I'm gonna strap on for it.
So climate change, right?
Love it.
So all right.
Fake.
And The Sims. Okay, you're following. So imagine if, let's say, like, okay, imagine if there are aliens, right? And for me, for sure, it would be that they're like a super, like my theory, if the world would end because of aliens, it would be that they're like super intelligent.
Gotcha.
And that we're like a little ant farm, let's say. And like, let's say climate change, that's aliens being like, you're fucking shit up. Okay, and you have to get it together. You have this much time to fix it. And then it's like, and if we mess it up, they're just going to like, like when you lock your sim in the house and you're just like, meh.
Put the oven in there and take the door away.
Game over. Yeah. They're going to start the game over because like they've gone too far and they've fiddled with too many things. And they're like, wouldn't Donald Trump be funny? And they drop things in. And they're like, okay, like when you have a sim and like they start a fire and you're like, okay, well, this is not salvageable. We're going to restart with a new family, start a new Sims game.
Let me ask you this. Are you talking about that in the sense of we are still organic people with lives, or are you saying we are in a simulation?
No, I'm saying we're still organic people with lives, but put here by the aliens, and the aliens have the ability to like
manipulate
put things. Kind of like the game Black and White. I don't know if you ever played that. It's a really old PC game. Like really, probably not. No, I think I'm too old. But yeah, kind of like they're like putting things in and like seeing what's going to happen. They're like, we're the ant farm. The ants are in your farm. They're there. They're alive. But you have the ability to like add things and take things out and mess things up. Don't be that kid.
Be nice to ants.
It's weird. What?
Be nice to ants.
Yeah, be nice to ants. But like, I think we're the ants and the Earth is their ant farm.
Oh, cool.
That's that's okay. I don't actually think that. But if I was going down the route of aliens, because I so deeply I'm like not moved by, I'm like, aliens, well, we're gonna kill the planet before aliens kill us. I'm like, I would have to tie that in with my current beliefs, which is that we're destroying the planet. So I'd be like, okay, maybe the aliens are gonna be like, all right, well, game over, just wipe these ones out and then start a new game and like put new things, sprinkle them onto the Earth. And yeah, that's if I had to go any route with aliens. Because I know some people think like they're already living among us, and I'm like, I don't know if I believe that. Maybe.
Ooh,
I don't know.
That's cool.
Yeah. What do you think?
You know, I really like that idea that it's because of climate change that the aliens are going to wipe us out, and that like we're just some, little experiment for them to look at. That's very interesting. I think there's a lot of different ways it could go. Like if it were to be an intelligent species, I think in that case, they probably would have been observing us for a long time, or, visiting, checking things out. And then they, in a similar vein, just kind of decide we're not doing a good enough job. And either, they could wipe us out and try again, or, they could like just take the planet, or just, shut us down and be like, you're not helping anything. And we've seen that you can go to other places, not very well, but you might get really, you might start spreading at some point and destroying all of the other worlds. And we don't want that. And just kind of like get us out of here, take over. But I really like, just in, terms of like what would be a more fun apocalypse, definitely if there's like some gnarly alien, weird fucking like salamander dogs running down the street, and you gotta like like gunning them down. That's dope.
Well, okay. One more thing about the like, if aliens are creating climate change to get rid of us, let's say just one more thing that, and then we're gonna go to the salamander dogs because I'm so about that. But okay, what if how the Earth has been around for so long, and the amount of time that we've been here is nothing compared to like the Earth. Okay, what if for us, I've always thought about this, things seem like they're happening slowly, the same way that like, I don't know, microorganisms that live like just a couple of seconds, that's their whole life, so it would feel long for them, but for us it's instantaneous. It's like, what if climate change, wow, I'm a scientist. What if climate change is actually happening super quickly, like on a celestial being level, is just like, okay, we're getting rid of it, and then it's like it's quick, but for us it seems so long because this is our quick existence seems long to us.
Yeah.
But it's like, what if it's actually just like they've already Thanos snapped us, and like we're dying, and it seems slow to us, but it's like fast to them. That's it. That's the whole thing.
I totally feel that. I think that makes a lot of sense. Like that they would, be able to just do something real quick. I mean, to put a little bit of other lore into this, they say that God built the earth in 7 days, and that's 7 of God days, but we experience days really, or the universe. God created the universe in 7 days, or maybe it's the earth. I don't know. He did something. He grabbed some dust, blew it. The earth was there. He made night and day, water, Adam and Eve, animals, and probably some other things that I'm not, that I don't have right off the top of my head. But
I wouldn't know.
The whole thinking and all of the questions that I had when I was a kid is like, 7 days, are we serious about this? And they, with actually being able to date the earth and shit, and knowing that it's like a lot older. I mean, even the ones who think that the earth is like 4,000 years old, even they have to.
Sorry.
I know. Oh gosh. I know.
Oh,
so basically, yeah, I was told that like God's days are, like a lot. It's a lot of Earth time is one God day, and that's how he can make everything in 7 days.
Yeah, it's kind of
So I think that aliens are probably on God time.
They're in a different time zone.
They're fucking God tier.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, maybe our file's already been deleted. It's just slow motion for us, It's like a gun being fired in slow motion. It is inevitably going to hit its target, but you're watching it before it happens,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I feel that.
So, dog salamanders.
Oh, yeah.
I like that.
Okay.
So, I was saying earlier before we started podcasting that today I learned that there are birds that fly for 6 months. And I was like, how do they sleep? And it turns out they sleep because different parts of their brain will sleep at a time, so they actually don't have to sleep. And I was like, we were humans, right? But it's just, my theory, I think, what if, we evolved from apes, but it's like,
that's
what
your
if
theory? You should tell someone about that, dude.
Listen, what if, okay, we evolved from apes, but what if the most intelligent life form on Earth would have evolved from anything else, like cats? What if cats had evolved to become humanoids, and what if we were all cat people or lizards? You know, what if Homo erectus would have been Cato erectus? You get what I'm saying, right? So what if those 6-month-long flying birds would have been the ones to evolve into the humanoid species of the planet? Then imagine how much more they could get done, because they don't have to sleep. So like they would kick our ass.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, why apes? You get what I'm saying? Like, we could have evolved from any other animal, and what if we would have been better as a species had we evolved from a different animal? And what if there are aliens out there who evolved from something else and they're better? You know,
They're
they
more
just kick
capable.
our asses.
Yeah.
And fly for 6 months.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think, well, that's going back to evolution. That's one of the things, is like the aliens that came weren't carbon based. They were something else. So they had like, I don't know, they just evolved differently. And that kind of explains why they could adapt, or I don't know. They did something. They had to make their own atmosphere. It's movie magic kind of shit. But they humanoids that were evolving from them were like able to do a lot more shit, like way faster, and they were like, yeah, these folks are gonna fuck us up. So yeah, I feel like even if they didn't evolve from a different, like, you know, like a cat, but they evolved from an alien version of like a cat that was already better than our cats, and then, you know, that just kind of compounds as evolution continues. Oh, I'm sorry.
Insulted my son. Okay, go ahead.
But yeah, I think there's definitely potential for some fucking wild shit.
What? Okay, like, before the dinosaurs became extinct, now we just have birds. Fuck birds. I'm kidding. Don't fuck birds. But before the dinosaurs became extinct, there was a species of dinosaur that was becoming the, like, walking on their hind legs. Like, eventually, if left to their own devices and not becoming extinct, weak, they would have probably become the humanoids of the Earth. We would have been the same, but lizard people.
Yeah.
Are you following?
Argonians.
Or maybe not, I don't know if dinosaurs are lizards. Don't at me. But, like, you get what I'm saying? There's no reason why it had to be apes. It could have been any other species. So that just... It begs the question, you know, what about all the other aliens who maybe evolved from better species and they could do better things, just kick our ass, and when we're sleeping, they're busy flying and not sleeping. And, you know, humans have to sleep. That's a vulnerability. What about the birds? They don't fucking sleep. Some of them do. Not all of them.
They can read your mind,
yeah.
like birds can.
What do you think about the alien invasion theories where it's like the aliens have been here all along? Like the ones where it's like it's in the pyramids. You could see it. The pyramids were built because of the aliens.
Like
How do you
the
feel
ancient
about that?
alien stuff, the
Yeah.
extraterrestrials. That, dude,
Do you
I
say
love that shit.
extraterrestrials?
There's that meme of that guy that says extraterrestrials, but he says it like all one word with like water in his mouth. Not really, but it sounds like that.
Love it.
Yeah, I was just doing my impression of that meme. But man, oh, I love that shit. That stuff is so interesting. The way they tie, you know, they got like the Inca lines, and it's all on the same like lateral grid. And if you do the longitude and the latitude, me being a scientist, yeah, you know, the pyramids are on there. Everything like lines up in fucking strange ways. I think it's
up to 420.
Yeah, it all adds up to 420, and then it makes a triangle, and it's right where the Bermuda Triangle would go if you divided it by 69. So it's like
by 69.
I like it. I don't know how much of it I buy into, but I fucking like it, and it's cool to see them showing their work, because they make these ridiculous claims, but they find ways. I mean, I don't know. Some of it, like a lot of what we know so far, is a fucking stretch. Like if you told me just like some basic science thing that I had never heard, and you know, like gravity or something that I didn't experience every fucking day. Like if you drop something, it sticks to the floor. What? Like
yeah, there are so many regular mundane things that if explained in a way where you've never experienced them, you're like,
there's
what?
No way. Yeah. So if that is happening all around me all at once and I'm just used to it, there's probably a lot of stuff going on that I don't understand.
Exactly. Things that are happening that we don't, again, like there are some people who don't have a sense of smell. Does that mean that smell isn't a thing. No, it's absolutely a thing, but it depends on having the sensory receptors in order to perceive them. But that doesn't mean that information is not around you. So it's like, what other information is around us that we just can't perceive?
Yeah, like light, different wavelengths of light and shit. That's weird to me.
What if, okay, going to the extraterrestrial guy, what if, okay, and going back to our theory that, like, what if climate change is just the aliens being like, Thanos snapping, like, okay, that's enough, start over. What if they didn't put us here, but they found us here, you know, like banging rocks together in a cave, and they were like, okay, there's potential, all right? And they were just like, they gave us the tools to become the civilization we are today, and now they're just like, well, you're fucking up, and they're just like gonna wipe us off. But it's like, what if they found us and they're like, okay, well, here are tools.
That is a major thing that they talk about in Ancient Aliens. Is that what you're referencing? Are you actually talking about a specific episode, or are you just like, this is a thing that I've heard?
Talking out of my ass. Yeah, no, okay. I was just like, here's a theory, but I didn't know it was actually a thing.
Yeah, so that's cool that you say that, because there are like cave drawings of like the gods handing a DNA strand down to the people and stuff, and they're thinking like these aliens came down and like mixed their genetics so that there would be this bump in evolution, and we'd be bipedal and this and that. Isn't that wild?
That's really wild, yeah.
Because apparently, like, if you line up the timeline, human evolution just like rampaged after like a certain point.
Yeah, it's so fast, and it's like, with all this time that's passed, why hasn't there been more evolution?
Yeah, why aren't our cats
like, why
people?
did it? Yeah, and like, why? I mean, and we're like, why haven't we evolved more?
Oh well, yeah.
I mean, there are a lot of answers, but still, ow. I mean, I understand how. Listen, I'm memeing here. I don't want anyone to be all like, actually, I have a PhD in proving Aaron wrong, and the reason why. I understand how natural selection works. I understand now that we're not mating based off of who will carry the strongest genes. Like, I understand why. I get it. Okay, but it's cool to think about.
Isn't that wild? One time, going back to the whole church thing, I think I've told this story on something before, but I don't know if it was with you or to you. When I was living with my aunt and uncle, we would go to church every Sunday, and one week they had a Christian Scientist guest speaker at our church service, and he showed like a PowerPoint of pictures of like dinosaurs, and was just basically going through proving how they never existed.
No.
And one of his points was a slide that was a picture of a raptor next to a chicken, and his entire argument was, do these look like the same animal? And everybody in the congregation laughs, and I was like, this isn't for me.
Okay, so many follow-up questions. Firstly, you said he's a scientist and a Christian.
No, he identifies specifically as a Christian Scientist. So I don't know if that means instead of a college, he's just works for a church and all of his research is funded by a church. Like, I would imagine that would be it, because it was... Yeah,
like what... Firstly, what makes someone a scientist? Like, it's not like there's just a council of scientists with their hoods on and they're just like chanting in the candles and shit and doing like a sacrifice. Like, what makes you a scientist? Is he just like a self-proclaimed scientist? Because yeah, sure, I'm a mathematician. Like, you don't. I
think in real life it's like getting a PhD or a doctorate or something. But
because I feel like anyone with a PowerPoint of a raptor and a chicken is just, what do you have a PhD in precise? Like, what exactly?
Yeah, I didn't question his credentials. I just wanted to leave as quickly as I could.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because everybody was agreeing with him and I was getting scared.
Oh god, just yikes. Oh no.
Please. I feel like you're learning so much about like my history and my background and my religion, like through this podcast.
Your heritage.
My heritage, yeah.
It makes me very worried but also impressed that it's just a reasonable person could really come out anywhere. I mean, if you were being fed the dinosaur raptor thing, with all the odds against you, you still understand the basics of chickens.
Thanks,
you
man.
know.
Yeah, I know.
It's resilience. It's like, you know, when you go into a dark cave and there's a flower there and you're like, wow, life really does find a way. That's how I feel.
Yeah, Yeah, well, thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem.
I feel like
I hope that didn't sound patronizing and awful.
no, you're sweet.
Okay, great, thanks.
Now it's changed so much. Like where I live, it's not completely like that, but I feel like growing up, maybe it's just because who I choose to expose myself to as an adult, but growing up, it seemed like that was the only type of person here. And I hated living here for so long. But now I'm chill and I have a lot of cool friends. So it's like, it's fine. But yeah, that's the kind of shit, like a full church fully laughing at the idea of evolution because chickens don't look like dinosaurs. And I'm like, is it just me?
Sweating, like,
or do they kind of actually look like dinosaurs?
Yeah, you're just like, I mean, look at the feet, though. They have little raptor feet.
So,
oh man,
yeah, evolution is strange, and I think that if an alien evolved the right way, it could easily fuck us up.
Yeah, for sure. I'm trying not to get back on the tangent of like evolution. I was like, no, wait, back to aliens. But my brain is just like, evolution is so interesting. Shit.
That's kind of how this goes. Well, I will jump back to like more ancient alien stuff. Unless you had something specifically that you were looking for?
Nah, go ahead.
Okay. So with the whole, like, the pyramids, like, being a power source for alien machines and, like, you know, all these things throughout history that have been documented in, like, different legends and shit being interpreted to sound like aliens, I feel like they do a really good job in Ancient Aliens of connecting it excuse me, and making it seem really legit, because I always walk away just like, yeah, fucking aliens did everything, they're everywhere. But apparently
that's why, like,
sorry,
it's just one of those things, the more you read about, the more you learn, the more you're like, I believe this, so I'm just like, I'm gonna stay far away, and then aliens won't bother me because I don't know shit. So
you start making your tinfoil hat. I went to Roswell last summer, and that was a really fucking cool experience. There's like these, I mean, it's like it's super you could tell
commercialized.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, not as much as you would think. Like, you could tell the people there are over the whole alien thing, but there's still like some that are trying to bank on it. So they have like these little alien museums, and like, but the whole museum is just like figurines of aliens set up to where you can take pictures with them. There is
You put your face in the hole. Like.
Yeah, seriously, there's you can get inside the UFO and then you can pop out, and there's one where they have like cool. These animatronic aliens and a spaceship that spins and fog goes off like every 30 minutes in the museum.
So it's a bit of mix of like, there's the science, but it's a little sci-fi. It's a little like for the gimmicks. Yeah,
it's very gimmicky. Yeah. But then other places, it's like, we get it. Like, someone thought there were aliens here in the 60s. Like, people are so fucking over it. But
well, okay, I have a couple weird memories. Okay, there was this one time I remember I remember there being an event where there was like a giant flying saucer over Montreal, and I remember my science teacher talking about it, and then I'm like, is this just a childhood memory that you're just like, wow, I think this happened, but someone was just completely pulling my leg? Or is it like everyone's memory was wiped but mine? Here's the thing. Whoa. Have you ever watched Doctor Who?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you watched the episode with the aliens? I forgot the name of the species, but it's the ones where like when you don't look at them, you don't remember that you saw them.
No.
So they end up like having to make marks on them. Like they like, in Sharpie, they're not like, you know, but they make marks so that they know how many aliens they've seen, but they don't know why the marks are on them.
Whoa.
Okay, dude, it's so fucking cool. Okay. They have marks and you don't know why, but it ends up being that it's like there is an invasion taking place on Earth. That's just, they've been there the whole time, but it's just you only know that the alien is there when you look at them. Mm-hmm. So it's if you turn around and you're just like, oh shit, you freak out, and then I turn back to you and we continue our conversation. It's like, only when you're looking at them, you know they're there, but as soon as you look away, they don't exist for you, but they're all around us.
Yeah.
And then that's when the doctor starts to like make the marks so that he knows while he's looking at them, he makes the marks. So when he looks away, the marks are there. And it's something to investigate. You're like, well, why are they here? And then eventually it's a thing. But like, what if, okay, that episode messed with me because I'm like, oh, what, that could happen. It's true. Yeah. It's like, you wouldn't know because you're forgetting. So yeah. What if there are aliens, but we just, as soon as we aren't looking at them, like, we don't remember? What if there's an alien right now, right behind me, and you're looking at it, but you don't? It's just not registering. You know?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Think about that.
Love that. I mean, it might come back down to there are things that are around us that we can't perceive.
Oh, I hate that. I hate it.
I don't like that either.
As you were saying it, I was like, oh no, we've come full circle. I don't like.
Fuck that, dude.
Yeah. No, entirely. What if there are aliens? What if we're the intelligent life form? What if we're the ones who are going to go through space and find a planet? And like, what if we're going to be the scary aliens? You ever think about that?
I think that's an optimistic view of it. I would love that to be the case. That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
I also don't know if I don't trust our current people, but like once we get to that point where we can do that, I'm sure we'll be in a much better place. So I would trust them to investigate new life sources. But I don't think right now, if NASA was like, we found an alien, I'd be like, oh great, we're fucked. We're going to go really fuck some stuff up.
I also hope you like my topic appropriate shirt.
Oh, nice.
What if future humans, with really advanced technology, are able to crumple time and space so they could jump from one place to the other and it doesn't take a lot of time. They're able to go to other planets, colonize other planets, create life elsewhere. We continue to evolve and become super intelligent, and we also invent time travel. Okay? What if we are the aliens? Okay, we're in the future. We've evolved. We don't even look like we do now. But it's us. We went to other planets and we've created other subspecies of humans. And one of those subspecies became super duper duper smart, created time travel, traveled back in time to come to the Earth to give us the tools to become the intelligent humans that become, you get what I'm saying? Like, what if it's a paradox?
Yeah.
Okay.
What if one of those beings, like the one that goes to space to like communicate with the past Earth person, like has a daughter and he like wants to send a message to the daughter, and like as he's going, and all through life, like he's experiencing these really weird things that he can't explain, but then he gets to that point where he goes through that portal and he thinks he's meeting that being, but then once he actually experiences it, he realized the being was himself the whole time, and he's been trying to send messages to himself and like to his daughter. Yes. And then like Earth time moves at a different pace, so like by the time he gets back, she's like already well grown, and like she's in like a space station, and like she has taken what he has given her and like the messages and stuff to save the Earth, and like applied that and actually like been able to save the humans. Yes, but what if the extraterrestrials guy, right? Mm-hmm. And the cave paintings. I'm sorry. Wait. I'm sorry. Before you get into it, wait. Yeah. Okay. Ah, shit. I was doing a goof because that's a movie. Oh shit. Okay. I was just like, that's a theory, but wait. Okay. I didn't know if you were going to add on to it. I just wanted to let you know it's Interstellar. Never watched it. It's really cool. I don't watch a lot of movies. I don't have the intention span. I didn't know. God damn it, Ty. Why are you so goddamn compelling? You almost convinced me that raccoons laid eggs. Everyone knows that already, but I can't get past that. I'm so goddamn gullible. I'm like, yeah, that's a cool theory, but wait, hang on. That's really what movie cool. Is that? It's called Interstellar, and I probably butchered it, but basically, like, the guy has to. They think it's aliens, but it's actually humans in the future. So what you were saying was like exactly right with the like storyline, and then I was just like putting in little plot points. But it's funny because I know the soundtrack to Interstellar, and I like play it on piano a lot, but I never actually watched the movie. You should watch it; it's really good. Damn it! They stole my theory. They did. My thing was the cave paintings and all that stuff, and the whole theory that's like aliens are what made humans intelligent. But what if the aliens that made humans intelligent are the humans who traveled back in time, who became so intelligent and realized we could travel back, and then realized we must be the ones who made ourselves intelligent? Like, what if? Yeah, it all comes full circle. It was us all along. Wow, I hate paradoxes. They hurt. Shit. Do you want to search for a BuzzFeed quiz? Yeah, let's do it. Let's just, while everyone has an existential crisis, we're just going to look for a quiz. Shit, what would the quiz be? I'm typing in BuzzFeed alien quiz, and we'll see what we get. What kind of alien are you?
Hang on, let me.
What is your alien name?
Let's see.
I think the "What kind of alien are you" one looks interesting.
Yeah, this one I wanted to open to see what it was.
Mm-hmm.
It's still loading. What kind of alien are you? Yeah, I think this looks cool.
Okay, let's go for it.
All right, awesome.
Wait. Guys, at the end of all of our podcasts, we wrap it up with a topic relevant quiz from BuzzFeed that accompanies it. So we're doing an alien quiz. We're going to link it in the description. Go along with us and find out which alien you are, and then let us know in the description. All right.
You mean in the comments?
In the comments.
Log in, edit the description.
Here's our password. Oh, shit.
Okay, so which criticism are you most likely to get? Why did I make this window so small? I can't even see. Okay. Which criticism are you most likely to get? You kind of talk funny? Tie at me. You're not in touch with your emotions? You're too sensitive? You're too glib? What does that even mean?
What's glib? It's an alien word. I'm definitely not that one.
You're too obsessed with propagating your species?
Yeah, I get that one a lot.
You're too negative? You're too angry? You're too loud? Or you're too shy?
I think secretive is mine because I tend to just keep everything to myself.
I get told I'm not in touch with my emotions mostly because I'm cold and have difficulty outwardly in an animated fashion expressing my emotions, but I don't think I'm out of touch with my emotions, so I'm going to put you kind of talk funny because I do. Which word best describes your general vibe? Calm, silly, supportive, furious, curious, terrifying, aloof, ambitious, or serious?
Yeah. I'm doing silly.
You would definitely be silly. Shit, which one would I be?
You're very supportive.
Thanks. Okay, I'm gonna put supportive.
Yeah.
Awesome. Do you want to read the next question?
Sure. What's the best thing about Earth? The people are great. The people taste great. So many interesting creatures. Basketball. The wilderness. Nothing really comes to mind. What alien is that gonna be? Basketball. Okay, sorry. Cats, candy. I've never been to Earth. Well, shit. See, if I knew they were just gonna goof on us like that.
Yeah. That's it, like basketball. Okay. The wilderness?
I think the creatures for me.
Yeah, I mean, I want to put cats, but that's such a like I wore Converse to prom. I'm not like the other girls kind of answer. Like I don't want to do that. But I want to put cats. They should have dogs. Dogs is good. Dogs are the best part. They're so good. Okay, so many interesting creatures. Fine. Okay, the next one is choose an earth animal, but it's all different pictures, but they all just say Getty. Like Getty Lee from Rush? I don't understand.
I think it's a link to where it's from, Getty Images.
It's just funny because like 9 different options are all Getty.
Getty. I'm going to go with Getty.
I'm going to say Getty for 1,000. The category is Getty. Well, I'm going to choose the dog.
Yeah, for sure. Me too.
Dogs are the best.
What kind of social situation do you prefer? Very secret, exclusive gatherings. Hang out with cool coworkers. Oh. Hanging out with lots of people just like me. Hanging out with one friend I really like a lot. Situations with the possibility of social climbing. Hanging out with lots of totally different people. I like being part of a team. I hate everyone. Total solitude. My 3 emotions. My 3 moods.
Oh, shit. I wish there was one that's like maybe 3 people. Because hanging out with one person you like, it's great, but it's also a lot of pressure because sometimes I just don't talk for 3 hours. But
yeah,
hanging out with a lot of people is also a lot because then a lot of people talk and I just disintegrate. So, I guess hanging out... I don't want to put lots of people just like me, because then if I'd hang out with people just like me, I'd be like, oh, shut up. Just kidding. Like, if it was just me, I'd be like, Aaron, we get it. God damn. I don't know. Part of me wants to say total solitude, but part of me also wants to say hang out with one friend I really like a lot. I'm gonna go with that one. One
Yeah,
friend I
that
really
one's
like a
less
lot.
sad. I'm gonna do very secret exclusive gatherings because that sounds very official and cool. Sounds like I'm going to a
VidCon.
speakeasy. How do you usually get what you want? Will you read these?
Sure.
Thank
Come up with elaborate schemes, be really sneaky, cooperate with like-minded people, prayer, ruthless pursuit of my goal, subjugate my enemies, make some important phone calls, okay? Try to earn it fairly, or make a lot of snarky jokes. Oh, that's for sure. Make a lot of snarky jokes for 1,000.
That's good. I'm doing ruthless pursuit of my goal.
Well, the realistic answer, how do I usually get what I want? It would be cooperate with like-minded people.
Yeah.
But what I want to put is make a lot of snarky jokes. So that's what I'm putting. Reach for the stars.
That's a good one.
Which of these things is most important to you? Self-discipline, strength, spirituality, knowledge, destroying your enemies, sex, power, freedom, or travel? Knowledge for me, I think.
I think that I know the right one. Okay. I'm not going to disclose this one. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to go with power.
Okay, cool. What do you like to do in your spare time? Riding bride bike. Christ. Riding.
They shouldn't have done
bikes.
those two next to each other.
I know, I'm just like, oh. Okay, riding, ride bikes, shopping, hunting and fishing, okay. Learn about other cultures, hang out in nature, cooking, watch sports, watch TV. In my spare time,
That's so specific. Ride bikes.
there's no art.
Like,
I like to art.
oh,
Ride bikes. It's like, you know that one's going to be like E.T. or something. It's like, come on. We know where you're going.
they could have said something like physical activity.
Yeah. On a bi-wheeled device.
There you go. I'm doing watch TV because out of all these, that's the one I'm
yeah.
probably most likely to do.
Same.
Nice.
What do you think of humans?
Oh my gosh.
Do you want to read the answers? Or do you want me to read them?
Oh yeah, I got them. They're total hypocrites. They're so cute. They are useful to me. Most of them are pretty cool. They are totally fascinating. They are too impatient. They are way too emotional. They are all awful. They are gullible. This is another one of those, like, I'm not like other people. Like, I'm really weird. Humans are strange.
I'm so quirky. I wore Converse to prom. I wore Converse to prom. I'm allowed to say that, okay? Oh, goddamn. I want to put they're all awful, but that's such a, like, nobody understands me. Dear diary. But
Dear aliens, it's Aaron.
I'm going to put they're all awful. Oh, I pressed and I got an answer. Here we are.
Ooh, I got mine too. I put most of them are pretty cool. What's your answer?
I got Melmachin, which if I showed you a picture of, I feel like you would recognize. Isn't that just Alf? Hang on. Is that, yeah, it's Alf. Why did they give it a long name? The answer is Alf, but they gave me the answer is Melmachin. Oh, I guess maybe that's where he's from.
It's like his species or something.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that's the species, but I got Alf. What'd you get?
Fucking Alf. That's hilarious. I got reptilian.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Why am I
they're
Alf?
like the leaders. They're like the fucking Illuminati guys. So I win.
Mine says, you're very sarcastic and funny and generally like to relax and take it easy. You love to read and value knowledge, though you're somewhat superstitious. You love to eat cats. I could have done without that last one. You know, you were on a good track and then you just took it.
Well, you did choose cat on that one.
It was ambitious and I admire the enthusiasm. However, a little premature. You jumped the gun a bit. What was your description for being a reptilian?
Mine is, congratulations. You are one of a race of reptilian aliens who have infiltrated the human race and have taken over governments, businesses, and cultural institutions from within. I love that. They basically said, yeah, you're the Illuminati.
Nice. I like that. You,
I
Beyonce,
totally dig
Obama.
that.
I think that would be cool. Except I can't buy into the whole alien thing, but You know, the alien reptile thing. We're like, look, this video of Miley Cyrus, you could see her reptilian eyelid blink, and I'm like, it's like grainy. It's like 1 pixel by 1 pixel. You're like, okay, cool.
You're like, holy shit, there's that reptile eye. Turn over to channel 6. Miley's got the reptile eyes.
Which month on T do you get your reptile eyelids? I'm just wondering. These are my eyelids 6 months on T. You can see one is coming in more than the other. It's like a neck beard. Anyway, like with the eyes. Okay, I'm done.
Oh, fuck. All right, folks. This has been my favorite podcast. I hope it was also your favorite podcast.
Thanks for tuning in. Let us know what alien you are and if you agree with your results in the comments section.
Go get your cup cuts and come on back and show us how they turned out. Thanks for watching.
Cool. Take care. Bye.
Bye.